Traders, welcome back to another Relentless recap. Ladies and gentlemen, let me know down below where you're tuning in from. Are you in the States? Are you abroad? Tokyo, Australia, Sydney? Let me know down below. Nairobi, let me know where you guys are from down below. Nigeria, let me know. And also let me know how you did today. I'll be looking at all the comments in this video, so be sure to let me know down below. Guys, hit the thumbs up. Consider subscribing as we go throughout the video if you are a new viewer. Let's jump into this action-packed recap. 10 minutes or less starting now. SVRE, one of our top stocks today. You guys know I'm coming in pre-market. I'm doing my due diligence with my trend lines, and I'm watching to see how far these stocks can go. We can see the daily chart here. We had some room up to 315, but we didn't quite get there. So the entry rather that I took was the 1 minute candle to make a new high, which is also a break of VWAP setup. And it's gonna go for a false break, and we can make money in false breakouts, but I ended up giving back a little bit off the top. This is the trade that we'll look at on the archives. There we go. As usual, archives will be uploaded for our MMU members. So we have to rewind a little bit here. So initially, it's coming down, and I'm keeping an eye because we double bottomed at 2 earlier, right? We double bottomed at 2. Here's the new candle. There's some selling pressure. There's 97, 96. It snaps back to 2. I'm watching. It's holding 97, 97, 97, 97, 97, 97. I'm like, okay, let's jump in there. We bought 1,600 shares. And because the time of day, I had small share size in my increments, right? I'm starting small and waiting for confirmation. So I happen to have a really small share size there. I go up to a high of 6,400 shares, expecting a rip through 212, which was resistance. It doesn't go immediately, so I sell. It breaks out here to a high of 18. As it pulls back, I'm going to buy back bigger size, 2,400. I'm watching for the retest of 20. There it is. I'm out. And great trade. And here's where everything is going to go Titanic. So we got a high now of 22, and I'm going to watch to see for a quick pullback. Now 12 is support. So I'm going to be in a little high. There's 15, 14, 15, 13. So you can see, the bids were kind of flashing around 15 and 12. I'm trying to buy in between this area here, expecting a quick bounce. I'm filled very high, fairly high, almost at 16. And look at the flush right here. 6, 5, 4, 3. I'm like, I got to cut it. It's not bouncing. And just like that, we go from being up 430 almost to just up 150. And, Relentless, what is this rule you have about starting the day with small size? Well, ultimately, I thought this trade here would have been a high-risk trade, which is why I didn't go for full size. I only had 800 share increments. But as it started to work out real time, I did recognize it, and I started to go in. Initially, I only wanted 1,600. Wasn't going to look to go any higher. But as it was proving its strength, I just kept buying, 9, 10, doesn't matter. I'm going to keep buying here. Can we see volume for the new high? I thought we were going to see 20 immediately. It doesn't go. Yeah, and so, I'm all out over 10. And so with our average, what was the average right there with full size? We can check it one more time and we'll move on here. Quite the trade, really. I look together. It moves up fast, so when I add it, the add is kind of high, but I like it. So our average there is at 5, and our average now jumps up to 7. See, this is not so bad for me, right? Because this is the apex point, and if this works out like how I think it should, we should be seeing 20, 25 on the ask. If it's really strong, maybe 50. So I like the entry here, despite it being a little higher. But if it doesn't go immediately, I'm not looking to hold, right? And even if I'm holding low, I'm gonna still sell right there because it's it's stalling out. Sellers are coming in. Can we get this out of here? Okay, there we go. All right, let's get this off screen and move on. That was SVRE, and after that, just terrible, really. BLPH, honorable mention. I called this one out around 11:30 a.m. right here. Why? Daily chart. Daily candle to make the new high. Triple top. You know, the only issue I had with this stock was volume, and I wasn't willing to buy and hold over time. So it got the breakout, and it was lovely here. First daily candle to make the new high again over the double top of 512. It results into a move all the way to 744. But unfortunately, again, the volume was light. You know, I wasn't interested in the lighter volume and the longer hold. If we zoom in, you guys will see what I'm talking about. You know, 80,000, 20,000, 5,000. But some people might have held it long and made money. EDBL. This one, we also had a chance to do very well on. We were up about 250 at our highs. And, you know, the spreads were a little off, you know, all over the place. But ultimately, we traded it well. It's going to curl up here. We're going to get involved. We're going to see some decent gains. And then we start to see one of our better edges here. You know, bear trap, which then leads to an ABCD. And then the curl to the upside. And of course, previous high of day becomes support. And all in all, this stock is decent. The price action is not so good. But I watched a few trades. When it pulls back over here, you know, I was a little skeptical of it failing because high of day volume was on a red candle. And this, I do not buy the dip if high of day volume is on a red candle. If this was a green candle and we ended up pulling back hard here, I would have been more than likely to take this entry, but not under this circumstances, never, ever, ever. Not unless there's a technicality of me missing something or not paying attention. So it curls up and, you know, we really get involved over here after it breaks. We capture this dip here decently, and unfortunately, we missed this one. And man, sometimes it's so close. You know, almost on every one of these trades I miss, I have the urge to buy. But for one reason or another, I don't quite get long. This time around, you know, because of the spreads, I should have been using limit. And I was using limit a fair amount of the times. But I did buy market twice here and got higher fills, got chopped out. So now it pulls back some more. I'm thinking about putting the limit, but we don't see any red, any selling pressure. For me to get filled on the bids, there needs to be selling. So I don't put out the limit in time. It starts to bounce and it climbs so fast. You know, it's like this was a trade I needed to save my mental capital and use the market order on. Instead of I wasted it here and then missed this entry. This was a really great move. If I'm catching this trade and I avoid the too high fills, we're up to 50 and then we add another 200 here. And just like that, we're up 450. You know, it's the small things, man. It's the small things. And, you know, today could have easily been $1,000 day, but, you know, it happens. And we'll look forward to being better next time. So that was essentially the day. KABL, we made some money here. This one was a buyout. And, you know, it's rare for me to trade these, but I noticed early that it was moving up. And so I jumped in and, you know, we took a couple of scalps. The 1 minute candle ended up working out here, making the new high, hammer candle and curling. But yeah, that was pretty much it. So hit that thumbs up. If you are a new viewer, consider subscribing. Be sure to take a look at my comprehensive day trading course. Literally, you can take a look without purchasing it to check out the curriculum, and you can check out chapter 23, which goes over, well, 24, chapter 24 rather, which goes over the edges. And, you know, this is exactly what I trade every day, guys. I mean, it's unbelievable, really. So be sure to check it out. And of course, there's two different bundles. There's MMU Silver, which is for just 3 months. If you're someone who wants to check out the course, but you don't want to commit to the entire year, you can of course do MMU Silver, which will give you, you know, 3 months full access. And of course, we have coupon code Madness in honor of March Madness for 40% off, whether it's silver or gold. Gold for those people who are more committed, who understand the value and, you know, to the full extent of what they're getting here, and they want to go full force. Lastly, let's take a look at the Discord, which is our chat room. Be sure to check it out. And you know, deep down in our hearts, we all want a supercar, right? That's what this is all about here. You guys can join the Discord. It's completely free. It's been Relentless Trader. If you did enjoy, be sure to hit that thumbs up button. If you are a new viewer, consider subscribing. I'll catch you guys tomorrow morning around 9 a.m. sharp. Catch you later. This is the way.